welcome back, welcome back. Figured since I own both machines, I'd review them against each other. Kind of give you the better idea of what you should choose if you don't have the space for both machines and if you're conflicted about which one to choose. But I'm going to go over the Arcade1up Marvel Pinball today versus AtGames Legends Pinball. They have very stark differences between the two, both great in their own way. This video should help you decide. I'm going to start with the Arcade1up since this is what got me into virtual pinball. I didn't play it on the PC beforehand. I heard the rumors of them releasing something like this. I did enjoy pinball tables, the actual mechanical ones, when I was a kid. I figured, why not? So this was the first piece to the collection. So what do you get with the Arcade1up unit? You get a 23.8-inch LCD playfield, 7.5-inch LCD score screen, or the DMD, which they don't utilize the full size of the thing, as you can see. It's 59.5 inches tall, 36 inches long, 20.5 inches wide. Flippers rest at 35 inches tall in front of the waist. It's got haptic touch flippers, real feel, 2 playfield knockers. Even though they're a little weak and their positioning is not ideal, you still feel it. It's got real tilt and nudge, a light up back glass, adjustable metal legs, dual speakers, which I must say the speakers are a bit better than the AtGames version. We'll start off right from that. It's got adjustable volume, in-game settings, no internet connectivity though. With the Legends Pinball from AtGames, we have a 32-inch LCD high-definition playfield, 15.6-inch LCD back glass. Although they state it is glass, it is not. This is actually Lexan or a plastic over an LCD screen. The playfield itself is glass, tempered glass. The Arcade1up unit actually has Lexan or whatever that is, that plastic. It's got a high performance USB, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, and Bluetooth support. It also supports the Legends Arcade platform, which includes ArcadeNet, BYOG, which is bring your own game, AtGames Leagues, leaderboards, and a lot more. We'll get into that in a little bit. Product size is 60 by 44 by 22. The flippers rest at 31 inches on my setting. The legs are adjustable on both units. The AtGames model also has a higher quality feeling plunger, accelerometer capabilities, nudging, and it also includes side and forward nudge buttons if you prefer not to rock the actual playfield or the unit itself. The Arcade1up model comes in at $849. If you get it from Walmart, I receive free shipping, so $849 it was. Took about 7 days to get here through FedEx. The Legends Pinball was $749, plus $100 shipping direct through AtGames. Also through FedEx. I believe this one took 6 days to get here from the West Coast to the East Coast. Came in 2 boxes compared to the single box the Arcade1up unit comes in. In regards to artwork, I definitely believe the Arcade1up unit knocked this out of the park. High quality, both sides. Some of the greatest heroes from the Marvel Universe. They also include laminate layered around the flippers, I guess to protect the artwork from the oils on your fingers. The AtGames unit does not include. We'll see how long that lasts in the long run. Legends Pinball is adorned with Gottlieb artwork. Also very nice, high quality, does not have that laminated piece around the flippers or nudge buttons. However, you can see the level of detail. One thing I noticed between the two are the differences between screw holes. This model does not have any on the artwork. The Arcade1up models do. What I did was I ordered these plastic caps on Amazon. Cover caps. Cover up all those unsightly holes. As you can see, there's multiple. Just a word of advice to Arcade1up. Fit and finish is important, especially when you're paying this much for these units. I had the same thing with the Marvel vs. Capcom. But once they are covered up, they look much better. The Arcade1up unit saves scores locally and displays them on the DMD. Legends Pinball stores scores locally and globally on a global leaderboard. They even hold contests. You can see how you rank worldwide, which is nice to have. The Arcade1up model displays in 720, 60 frames per second. As you can see, it's good, but you do have a lot of jagged edges and the words are hard to read. Flippers look terrible. With Legends Pinball, displays in 1080, also 60 frames per second natively. There's a lot more detail. This is one of the newer tables, Robot Deluxe from the Zaccaria 5 package. I'm actually enjoying it. The entire package mimics the Zen Studios lineup with the animations, the characters. That robot is functional and moves. As you can see, the flipper details are a lot better than Arcade1up. Arcade1up does not have internet capability, which surprises me since the Marvel vs. Capcom did. Legends Pinball does have internet capability. This allows for firmware updates, table updates, downloads, and more. At this point in time, there are no ways to add tables to the lineup for the Arcade1up machine. I believe it came with 10 tables, which I'll go into detail later. Legends Pinball came with 22 Gottlieb tables, although they were not the best. Go over that in detail again later. But they also came with Zaccaria 1 through 4, which I believe brought the total up to 127 tables in total right from the get-go. As soon as you purchase the machine, I ended up buying the Taito and Volume 5 for Zaccaria. I'm loving it. It's a lot of tables. So Zaccaria came with 10. I believe Taito was 4. Reasonably priced. I believe it's a little high, but still for what you're getting and the support you're getting from AtGames and Magic Pixel, it's worth it. And again, no extra games. Found some modding, and from what I read, it's a little extensive. Not too hard to do, but will require modding for more pinball tables. Future capability of downloadable tables and OTG support. If you have a PC, the right specs, I'm sure you can look up other videos. Guys are much smarter than I am in regards to what PC specs you're gonna need, but you can literally hook up a PC to this, order the VIBS board or the Rachel board from AtGames, and you'll be able to control the playfield and the back glass. For the Zen Studio tables, I believe you do require a table code. All you have to do is email them. They will require a picture of your table. It's preferred that you send a picture of an Arcade1up unit due to the licensing, but I have heard them approving for these tables as well. So you hook up a PC to it, ports are up there. Not really a great place for them. I use some 90-degree angle connectors there, but you're gonna need a USB to USB, male, the HDMI input for the main display, and then the secondary display gets hooked up to your VIBS board, which you have to order after the fact and install into the unit. But again, this adds hundreds of thousands of tables. I don't know if the number's really that high, but it's thousands and thousands of tables from Zen Studios, I mean everybody, Bally, I mean you name it, everything's out there. You have full community support. It's wild how many tables you can ultimately have on this machine. And supposedly the last update they just did add haptic support for a lot of the Zen Studios pinball tables, which will be interesting to see. 90-day warranty from Arcade1up. I've had mine beyond the 90 days already, and thus far no issues, although there have been reported issues of this failing, or flippers failing, or the haptics failing, some screens dying, but I've had no issues thus far. 30-day warranty from Legends Pinball or AtGames. That's pretty terrible, guys. You need to work on that. I mean, not that I've had any issues, but there have been some reported issues with these machines. I like it thus far. The only issue I've experienced was a sound issue, which I've noticed was bouncing between Gottlieb and Zachariah tables. I figured out the fix on my own, which is just adjust the volume back on the Gottlieb, go back to Zachariah, and your volume's back to normal. They've since had an update for it, and it's not occurring since. You do also need to put some foam, double-sided sticky tape under here. You need to pull these two powder-coated side rails, and the forward one, lift this up. The haptics under here, the exciter, or whatever it's called, vibrates too much under this plastic. It's not really supported well. Supposedly, if you order the control deck, it's a much better unit, but when you first receive it, it does vibrate a lot, and it sounds a little funky. I've had no issues with gameplay, selectability, anything crashing, nothing whatsoever. I have had some issues with the ArcadeX games, the ones that you download, the Zachariah tables. It's not necessarily the tables themselves, it's when you're not signed in. For some weird reason, it locks you out of the tables that you purchased for a short duration until you sign back in. The sign-in process is fairly simple, but it becomes annoying, especially if their servers are overloaded, because that seems to be when it happens. In the afternoon when I want to play, sometimes I'll get the notification that I need to be signed in to play my own tables. You guys need to fix this, because if your servers ever go down, I can't play my pinball tables. I'm going to be pissed off. User interface. I think the Marvel's winning on this one. It's very simple, easy to use. A kid can figure this one out. Left and right flipper scrolls through all the tables. As you can see, those are the tables you guys get. Good lineup. Fear itself, Venom, Wolverine, Ghost Rider, Thor, one of my favorites, Fantastic Four, X-Men, A-Force, Civil War, and the Amazing Spider-Man. As you can see, user interface is pretty straightforward. Flippers, choose games, then you launch by clicking the start button down here. Then it asks you single player, 2-player, 3-player, 4-player, reset your local scores, or back. So you click your start button again, see the scores locally, click, and let's see the load up time. There we go. Let's crank the volume up a little bit so you can hear it. Volume options. All right. When you want to exit out, there it goes. And you can resume, restart. You also have table guides. This is one of the key wins for Arcade1up here and how they designed this. So if you want to know the strategy between each table, it actually shows you. This is awesome. That is a nice touch. And I'm going to show you the settings menu. You have music, sound effects, physics, solenoids on and off, ball trails, pop-up scores, plunger calibration, set the default back and launch. And again, pretty simple, straightforward. Anyone can learn how to switch between play fields, play the game, drift themselves. The user interface on the Legends Pinball is very interesting, to say the least. It's got a similar to like a Tron design, but to go between tables, you can use a directional pad here, or you can use the flipper button to switch between pages. And again, we have tons of tables compared to the Arcade1up. They give you an option to sort by pushing your home button here. Everything's displayed there, but when you sort, you'll be able to go through your different tables. So here we have channels. We're gonna click start here. We have tables from Farsight Studios, Plato, all the Zachariah. We'll select that. Filter between them. You're also able to set up favorites, which is cool. And when you want to find a table to play, let's go to Universe here. Click the start button. Again, it's not really that user friendly. They should be allowing you to use the flippers to select certain things. They do have an easy mode, which is in beta. They just released that. I played around with it, did not like it that much. You need some working on and perfection before they release it. Click start here, it gives you all the options: start, back, forward, nudge, flipper. You can actually take a photo of that, or not even, just hold your camera up to it and check the leaderboards. How do you post your leaderboards? There it is. So I'm gonna click start and let's see the load up time. I have to raise the volume here. There's a volume. Now, the one thing I noticed a lot of people complain about, and even myself, which I need to do, is the reflection you get from the Legends Pinball on the back glass. There is ways to dim that. It's very easy. Pull off that back panel and cover it up with something, and you could dim it. But so let's go into the options here. You can add a player. You can choose your time of day by clicking the forward nudge, which is here. This gives you options for morning, afternoon, nighttime. Let's get into the mornings here so you can see it a little bit better. Click start. You can click home for menu. On your menu, you can quit the game, your leaderboards, or rules. So let's go into rules, see how it's different from the Arcade1up version. Here, they like for you to read. Doesn't really give you the images on how to activate things, but still, it gets the point across. I'm gonna click back here, and we're gonna exit out. To exit out, you're gonna click your home button. That comes up. We're gonna click start. It exits out to the details at the table. You wanna hit your back button to exit out of there. It takes you back to table choices. Again, not as user-friendly as the Arcade1up unit, but this is more adult-oriented. So your arcade net, you're able to sign up for an account that has multiple arcade games. BYOGs, bring your own game. Add-on X is what you'll be using to add on the Zachariah tables. There's your cloud BYOG. You can look that up online for more details. Your local streaming. App Store X, you'd want to go in here later on and for one, download the attract mode. Attract mode, what it does when the pinball table's stationary, it will display the pinball tables both on the main playfield and the back glass, which is kind of cool. So you want to download this. Your updates are also performed from this page as well. And then you have your settings, which goes over your Wi-Fi, parental controls, account settings, wireless control deck modes, wireless pairing, OTG mode is what I spoke about earlier, connecting a PC to it, your firmware updates, device info, health checks, privacy policy, arcade play links, and a lot more. Again, it's got like a Tron feel to it. This can use some improvement, but for the most part, it's fairly simple and intuitive, so not too hard to use. There, I'm going to show you nudge on the Arcade1up unit. It can only be done by actually nudging your unit. And now nudge on the Legends Pinball. This feels more responsive. And then we can also use buttons. Left nudge. Cool. And today we have Vin Harley, and he's going to be demonstrating gameplay. By no means is he a pro pinball player, but he loves playing it, right, Vincent?
Yes.
All right, let's get started. This is what? Spider-Man?
Yeah.
The Amazing Spider-Man. Go for it, Vincent.
Spider sense tingling. That was close.
The gauntlet doesn't like bugs. And down goes the spider.
All right, Vin Harley, let's go for it. Playing Space Invaders.
A new force is rising.
Great run, Vin Harley. All right, now we're gonna play my personal favorite, and I believe also Vin Harley's personal favorite, Marvel's Thor. Is it, Vincent? You like this one?
Yeah, I really like it.
Awesome, let's go for it.
Thor.
Like I said, the user interface is a lot easier to use. Even though Vincent has full understanding of both tables, this one's easier for him to use, right, Vincent?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the resolution here again. While Vincent plays, we'll try to get a good focus on there. Go, Vin Harley.
I welcome you to our family and our brotherhood. Another great day for Asgard.
You can hear the feedback and the haptics, little clacking noise.
Mighty. All saved.
And again, these tables add to the allure for children. They have a lot of animations in them, and the kids enjoy them more. So Vincent's truly looking forward to having Family Guy and The Simpsons and Bendy pinball tables on the AtGames Legends version. Where on this, we're kind of forced to mod it a little heavier than we would need to with the Legends version. Now Vin Harley's gonna give one of the Zachariah 5 tables, Spooky Deluxe, a shot. As you can see, artwork is pretty crazy. It has animations. That guy moves around. I don't know if he does anything else, but you see his head moving. So that unlocked his full capabilities, I guess. And there you have the back glass. High resolution, more modern back glass display design. All right, that's it. Go for it, bud.
Combo.
And again, the resolution, the FPS is noticeable. Very detailed, easy to read, easy to play. Vincent, would you agree that the feedback, the haptics, is stronger on the Arcade1up than, or the AtGames? Which one's stronger? Which one feels stronger to you?
I think it's this one.
Legends?
Yeah,
I agree. They definitely have better haptics. It's a better feel to it. There's less clackiness to it. And there we have it. This is one of the newer tables from the Zachariah 5 package.
A new adventure awaits. Getting too scary.
Very cool. Even that's legible. All right, so overall impressions. If you have the space and you get both, go for it. Why not? I mean, the kids love the Arcade1up version. It's just kid-friendly. It's fun to play. Even with the 720 display field, it's still enjoyable. I still play it myself. Legends Pinball, definitely more adult-orientated. It's a little more complicated to use. But once they do get the hang of it, it seems fairly easy for them to understand. But again, it's just, if it feels more like a classic pinball table. It has the classic pinball tables included in the Zachariah package, and then the modern ones that you can download or include by attaching a PC through OTG. Personally, I think the AtGames won this. Build quality is definitely there. Feels more solid. The artwork is better on Arcade1up, but this is the overall winner for me. Well, that wraps this up. I hope it was informative. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put it in the comment section. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it, and
Like and subscribe.
thank you guys.